What's up, guys? Happy Friday. Welcome in to Money Shots, the 3 day a week gambling show where we're coming at you, giving you the best picks and breakdown of those picks. Usually we have Rico on Thursdays and Cheah on Fridays. So welcome in the beautiful Kelly in Vegas and Stephen Cheah. Kelly, how are we feeling?
Hey, feeling pretty good, Megan. It's the home stretch into the weekend. This is my last show for today. I got to release my parlay this afternoon. Finally found a third dog. Talk some NFL, and then gonna take it easy. Got to do spaces with Mint in the morning. Run through the card if you guys haven't been on that. Pretty good time, and I find some little hidden gems that maybe I didn't realize I wanted to bet last minute.
Cheah, how are we feeling? But that move is only contingent to the Astros having, and so that won't happen. It'll stay the same. The Astros are going to be good. We won't need that. So that'll be fine. So Thursday night recap. My first half under cashed easily. Not only did it cash first half, it cashed the entire game, which we all called. I mean, honestly, like who the fuck was betting me over in that game? I know one person was because he's a steam chaser, but
And I know one person as well. Why? What? I literally text, "What the fuck are you thinking? Like, why would you do that to yourself?" This was before kickoff. Megan, that was a great call. I wasn't going to touch that game, but that was a great call.
I just felt like there was no other way to go about it. I mean, I saw, credit to Will Compton trying to put together a parlay plus. How the fuck were you trying to put a parlay plus together for that game? A correlated parlay for Commanders and fucking Bears. That's take some balls. So shout out Compton for just having some big ass nuts. But yeah, that Thursday night game. I don't know if we have really much to cover or talk about. Do
Nope,
you
that's the recap. That's it. Carson Wentz still sucks. Justin Fields, absolutely atrocious as well. 3 goal line stands in that game. I didn't barely watch it. You think it's their fault? I don't know. It's tough. Yeah, I would agree. You need weapons in order to succeed. But some guys like Tom Brady do more with less. Some guys like Lamar Jackson do more with less. I'm not saying that it's all on the Bears. Justin Fields needs a lot of work, and he maybe should go be a backup behind somebody who knows what they're doing.
I don't hate that. Yeah, I don't hate that idea, but I feel like at this point, playing QB1 for the last couple years or 2 years, yeah, I feel like you just don't want to sit behind anybody. I mean, I would love to be a backup quarterback. That's my dream.
Are you
Just
kidding me?
my dream.
Did you just watch the thing with Blake Bortles
Yeah,
and Big Cat?
of course.
Blake fucking Bortles is worth like $100 million, and he hasn't done anything ever. His body's even still intact, and now he's gonna go work construction, I guess.
I mean, whatever.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Look at
Good
Jay
call.
with that big brain coming
I
in.
forgot about that. He was there. He didn't do anything, but he was there.
Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our die on the hill segment. I don't really have much to die on here, but I will say that this is like 1 foot in the grave. I feel like the Seahawks are playing above their heads, and I still don't think they are a good team, especially now that Rashad Penny is gone. That is my hill that I'm dying on. Just that they are playing over their heads. I'm taking the Cardinals, by the way, if that isn't an indication.
Specifically, Geno Smith. I mean, Geno Smith is out there trying to win an MVP trophy.
Yeah, that's gonna end up. He's gonna end up fucking around and start throwing ints. Something's
What do
gonna.
you think about that, Che? Do you think we see some regression from this guy? I mean, I've been waiting for it. I bet against him last week. I'm going to bet against him this week.
Yeah, either.
Well, they can't make the playoffs. They don't play defense. How are you going to make the playoffs if you don't play defense? I mean, if your only way of winning games is outscoring your opponent, how on earth are you going to make the playoff? You can't.
So either they're I like that word, one of my
Of
favorite
course you
words.
do.
I just it describes like a dog whenever they come in after they go to the bathroom.
No, it's you. You're frisky.
Yeah,
You're always feeling frisky. That's
I am
that's why you like it.
I am. So maybe they're sneaky good, or maybe they're just playing above their heads. Well, I guess maybe this game against the Cardinals, we'll see. Hopefully, Kyler Murray doesn't come in with a fucking 1970s lime green suit and loafers again. Maybe we just
I
see.
thought my bet was dead in the water after that. I'm like, this dude's over here looking like, I don't know, some 70-year-old woman in a pantsuit. It was terrible. Like that. Uh, I thought I was done. I am on the Cardinals again this week with you, Megan. I did not actually bet them with my hard-earned dollars. I did put them in some pick five contests because I'm just not in the business of laying road chalk like that. And unfortunately, maybe that can be my die on the hill. Everybody thinks they're getting rich betting all these road favorites. Keep going. Let's see how that works out for you in the long term. But I do like them this weekend. And unfortunately, Megan, I'm not that angry today. I think I let it all out yesterday about the Money Shots logo, and then Jack so kindly put it on Twitter. And I haven't been on social media since this morning. And I'm going, oh boy, my parents are going to see this now because they don't watch Money Shots, but they do see Twitter. So here we are.
Hey, mom. Hey, dad. Jay, do you have anything that you want to die on the hill on before we move into our NFL bets for the weekend? Nice. So you're dying on the hill that the Jets are sneaky good, kind of like the All right, now that we've all died a little bit on the hill, let's move on to our best bets for the NFL. I'm going to go ahead and start with one, and then we can go around. Kelly, obviously, your best bet is opposing this one. I like the Bengals money line. I got it minus 124, I believe. That's ticked up to almost minus 140, I think, over at the Barstool Sports book. I have it open. Let me check. It's minus 139. So yeah, close to 140. This Bengals team is the best that they've looked all season. The Saints are essentially running a hospital between Winston, Olave, Lattimore, Thomas. I mean, literally any person that you can think of that's relevant to the Saints, besides maybe Kamara, is banged up. Um, Joe Burrow, last time he was in the Superdome, you know what he was doing? Wearing purple and yellow and smoking a fucking cigar. I'm not saying that has anything, but you know I love a narrative, which is why I took the dead game, which Rico told me about yesterday. Um, I just don't think that this is the right time for the Saints to be going against the Bengals. I think the Bengals are getting back to establishing the way they could play as in last year, and where the Saints, their defense is going to be tough. We all know that. But I like the Bengals money line here, and again, that was my die on the hill from yesterday. I do love the Saints. I wish the best for them, but I can also bet against them, just like I did 2 fucking weeks ago. So Bengals money line, it is. Kelly, go ahead and you can talk the people out of my public bet and tell them to go be on the Saints with you.
I don't think it's a public bet necessarily, Megan. I'm not sitting here saying that you are incorrect. I'm looking at the Saints injury report right now. Obviously, Friday practice at 2:30 Eastern has not been updated yet. But Michael Thomas, Marshawn Lattimore and Jarvis Landry did not practice yesterday. Chris Olave did. Jameis did. Taysom Hill did.
Taysom cannot have another game like he did last week. Taysom carried the fucking team against a terrible Seahawks defense.
Right. So here's my thing, and this is just a play against the Bengals. I told you when we did our AFC North previews that I thought we were going to see some regression from this Bengals team. That
You were right,
they
100%.
definitely overachieved last year, and the big thing is with that offensive line. Now against bad defenses, what do the Bengals do? They thrive. They absolutely thrive. And what do they do against good defenses? Joe Burrow gets sat on his ass 4 or 5 times a game. And I think that's what we're going to see here. But the big icing on the cake, because I have three that were in contention for my best bet. I'll make sure to tweet them all out on Sunday if you guys didn't get them yet, and I'll give them out here. But when teams play back-to-back road games as underdogs in the first game and then as a favorite in the second, there's over a 200 game sample size in which they're about 43%. And that my good friend Ralph does. He's a lot like Stephen Cheah. He's a data analyst. And anytime I need something dug up or I have a question about something that I don't have a database for, he's been excellent for it. And so that gave me just enough to make the Saints my best bet for this week. I hate going head to head with you, especially against your team, because I definitely think you get a lot of really great insight coming out of New Orleans. And so maybe you know a little bit more than I do. But I like a lot of games. I don't love any games, but I like a lot of games this week in the NFL. That's either really good or really bad.
It's going to be a really exciting weekend in both college football and the NFL. I'm actually stoked. After we got that dumpster fire out of the way, we're on to a fucking fantastic weekend. Che, do you have anything in this game?
Che, I have a question really quick. Are you afraid that with the T Higgins injury that he might get double teamed here against the Saints?
Let's go. Which would hopefully lead to a Bengals money line. I'm sorry, Kelly. Let's see. Next game on the board. I teased the Jags against the Colts. I have them plus the 8. They just have not lost by 8. I mean, the most point differential they have lost by is 8. I think they can hold it in there with the 8 against the Colts, who again I'm not very high on, but they did pull out one win that I didn't expect. Apparently, no one can hear Stephen Che, so I don't know what's happening there as far
Well,
as.
Che's not in the box, but I can see Che down here, and I don't know.
Well, I will say, while we're trying to figure things out, that you should be liking, and subscribe to the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube page. Make sure that you're following Che, myself, Kelly, all on Twitter. Also, if you can follow that as well, that would be absolutely perfect. Um, so yeah, I teased that Jags game. Kelly, did you tease it as well?
I did. I teased entirely too many games this weekend. I need somebody to help because there is so many teaser opportunities this week and they have been so horrific. I literally had somebody tweet me and they're like, "Why are you doing this to yourself?" I'm like, "I don't know. I have low self-esteem. I hate myself. There's got to be some like physiological answer, but I don't have one other than I love all of these teaser spots this week. I
Um,
love the NFL this week. It's a problem."
If you didn't hear Che liked Burrow's overpassing, I believe. He also liked Jamar Chase to score a touchdown. He thinks they're going to hook up this weekend. He likes the narrative like I do. Going back home. So if you didn't hear that, that was Che's take there. Che, do you have anything in that Jags Colts game, or would you rather just pass on it?
I
I
said
I,
it's a
I
gross
agree.
game.
1000%. Let's go ahead to the next one then. I like the Vikings minus the 3 at the Dolphins. This is essentially, I'm sorry, Kel, just a fade of Skylar Thompson. Until I can see that he can be a serviceable quarterback. I know that Tyreek Hill can get things done, but this isn't a prime time game. And I know it's in Miami. I trust Kirk Cousins? Not at all. Not as far as I can throw him. However, just a fate of the Dolphins and not thinking that they're going to be able to get much done. I know Xavier Howard's back, so that could cause some problems. But again, I don't think Skylar Thompson is doing a whole lot of much. But what do you think about this game?
Yeah, well, he's got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill back, so I think he's going to be just fine. Last week, that game, he kind of got thrown into the mix there in New York, but he still, threw for 166 yards. I think he was like 18 of, I don't know, 24, something like that. I don't have a stat line in front of me because I wasn't going to talk about this game, but since you brought it up, I am kicking myself for not taking Miami in the 3.5. It's pretty much 3 across the board now. And that's not a good sign, Megan. That usually means that somebody a lot richer and a lot smarter than us bet the Dolphins. So I'm going to bet them in all of my contests because the line is still stale. There's still 3.5s. And that's something that I want you guys to look at because I am sure that a lot of our followers are either in contests with stale lines, whether it's out in Vegas, office football pool, all those fun things. Take advantage of those because not everybody knows about them. And if you can give yourself a half point advantage here or there, you're still getting action on the game. I missed the 3.5, so I'm not going to be getting involved. I think Skylar's going to be fine. And this is the biggest thing that is always involved in the Miami games. And Dave Portnoy can tell you, Gaz can tell you, it's hot as fuck down there, Megan. Even right now, it's like 90 degrees and 70%
Oh, I
humidity.
get it.
And that visitor's sideline is going to be miserable for Dome Guy, Kirk Cousins, as well as the rest of the team just standing over there baking in the sun. This looks like it's probably going to be a 3-point game, 24-21 type game, and it's going to land on the number.
I'll take the
And I'll
Vikings push then. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll take the push. Che, talk a little bit and see if the people can hear you. Do you have anything to say about this Vikings Dolphins matchup? I
We can. I think it's because you got kicked out of the box here. I was trying to get a hold of Jack while you're talking. And Megan reiterates, I'll try to get a hold of Jack to see if we can get it fixed.
That's exciting. Love a good narrative. Oh, maybe you should tell that to Rico.
Wait, are you allowed to steal his double dip, or is he gonna try to fight you? But did he, like, trademark that, or
If again, I don't know if y'all can hear Che, but you've heard me say I love a narrative too. He was talking about Dalvin Cook being from Miami, going back home. He loves his overs, and he's going to absolutely smash all of the props. And he also said I'm very smart for taking the Vikings because he thinks that's the right side. If you didn't hear him, all right,
don't worry, Megan, I heard him.
let's move on. I don't have anything with the Pats and the Browns. Do you guys have anything there?
Pats are a pretty good teaser spot, Megan. Outside of that, I initially leaned the Browns to start the week. Listen, this team's very close to being 5-0. They have just kicked their own asses on so many different occasions. It's got to be frustrating to back them. I definitely am not willing to back them until I see otherwise. Last week, they somehow got the cover. If you bet them early, if you bet them late, they did not. So, again, just a frustrating team. Bill Belichick's not great as an underdog. But Bailey Zappi's looked really well. I think that they can keep it close, and that's why I like them in the teaser spot.
So you have them tease. Do you have anything here? I don't have anything in this game, Che. Again, don't know if y'all can hear Cheah, but he has nothing as of right now. Looking at Chubb for the New England Browns game. Next game, Jets Packers. I teased the Packers. All I need is Aaron Rodgers to, come to a little bit of himself after losing in London and fucking just win a game.
Megan,
So
that's all I needed last week. That's
I
all I needed last week for my survivor pick. That's all I needed.
did you tease
Up
the Packers as
17-3.
well?
That should be my die on the hill. God damn it, Aaron Rodgers.
Do you have
It
anything?
just
Did you tease it?
I did tease it. Of course, of
What
course
about
I did.
Cheah? Do you have any props that you're looking at in that game? So, got it. Brees Hall over 12 and a half carries. Again, if you can't hear Jay, that is what he's looking at. Niners, Falcons. I was looking at the Falcons a little bit in this game, but have decided not to play it as of now. Either one of you have a side or a prop that you want to throw out there? We're just going through these pretty quickly.
Megan, I kind of lean towards the Falcons here. I wasn't really focused on this, and another really smart woman in the industry, Pam Maldonado, kind of put me on them. I had to look a little bit further, but this is an interesting back-to-back road game scenario, as I just mentioned, for the Bengals, but also for the Niners. This is a Falcons team that's been really scrappy. Marcus Mariota has been kind of frustrating because he doesn't throw the ball downfield, but they are 5-0 against the spread, and I'm just going, I don't know if I want to back this team betting they're going to go 6-0 against the spread, but that's one of those 5.5, 5 point spreads. And what do we see happen every single time the dog wins that game outright? It feels like. So I am looking towards the Falcons, but I do need to do a little bit more work on them before I get to the window with them.
I agree. They might be a late ad. I did take the plus 5.5, but I don't know if I want to give it out to the people. I have played it personally. Jay, do you have anything in that game? Is over. Jeff Wilson Jr.'s over is what Cheah is looking at in that game. Up next, you can. I want to say like Cheah, take it away, but if they can't hear you, I can't have you go on a Bucks.
Jack texts me. He thinks they can hear him. I don't know. I'm not in the YouTube comments, unfortunately. It has been really rough for Che the last couple weeks, man. Sucks. It's
Between
bad break for the data.
connection, the pink eye. I mean, it's just, just things are just all haywire.
I forgot about the
I
pink
will
eye
say
stuff.
I teased the Bucks, so I just need Tom Brady to win a game. I will say again, since the whole Giselle Witch thing, he hasn't been covering. Ooh, spooky season, and he probably won't cover another game.
I
Sorry.
don't know. It sounds like he might be in a little bit of trouble. Che, would you like to speak on your quarterback's allegations or plead the fifth?
No one can hear Shea. No one
No, I'm talking about that egregious call last week where Tom did a really good acting job. I'm just talking shit to you. What else is new?
Well, no one can hear Che, so it's okay. Che, what are your props so I can tell the people what they are. Get through this as easily as possible.
Ugh.
Okay, so Che's prop lock of the Bucks game. Look at Tom Brady's over 25 pass completions. He's gone over that in the previous games, like 35. So that's Che can talk about things way better than I can, and I'm not good at like repeating people. I did take I did take the Cardinals as I said against the Seahawks. I just think they're playing over their head, as I said. I'm going to trust the Cardinals laying the small number on the road.
Cardinals are a great road team, Megan.
Yeah.
They've won 10 of their last 11, covered 10 of their last 11. That's not something a lot of teams in the league can say. For whatever reason, they just play better on the road.
Yep. So that's one of my straight up picks. Chase, since people can't really hear you, and until you have like, do you have a really good one there or no? All right,
Oh, I
perfect.
was gonna say Sunday Night Football. Let's go, big
Go ahead.
big time total.
Let's go ahead and just skip to Bills Chiefs then. I teased the Chiefs to 8.5. I just need to have Patrick Mahomes keep it respectful at home in Arrowhead. I have them teased with the Packers. So I feel like that teaser looks great until it doesn't.
Megan, I'm gonna tease it if it hits 2.5, and to maybe this should be my die on the hill to the fucking doofus on Twitter going, well, why do you like it at 8.5 but not at 9? Because a woman has to have a code, bro. That's why. Long teasers through 3 through 7 have been profitable my entire life. So at 3, no, I'm not going to tease the Chiefs at the Barstool Sportsbook. But if it goes to 2, it fits my system, even though it really doesn't because the total's high. But that being said, I like the Chiefs. Thus, I like the Chiefs in a teaser.
Perfect. I will say that we're going to have to get out of here relatively quickly. I will one more say also make sure you have liked and subscribed the Barstool Sportsbook YouTube page and are following all of us. Cheah, I'll do my best to repeat, or maybe Kelly, you can help me to repeat all of these props that you have for this game, and then we can get out of here because I got to pick up my kids. Okay, so that was Josh Allen over 2.5 passing touchdowns, and you're getting some nice plus money there, plus 165, I believe is what Chase said. And then he also likes his rushing over 44.5. Last time he played the Chiefs, he ran for 64.5. So you can go ahead and lock that one in too. Kelly, do you have anything to say about the other two games that are on the board, or do
I've
you?
got nothing. I will give out my entire card on Sunday. But as of right now, Saints, Giants are my two main plays and a bazillion freaking teasers.
A bazillion. Well, thanks a bunch. I might end up hitting the Cowboys if it gets to 7 too. Never know. Thank you guys for coming on, Cheah. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. Everyone out there, thanks for bearing with us. Everything will be fixed and back to normal on Monday when you see us here again on Money Shots to recap the weekend.